Hello and welcome back to the Football Chats podcast. It's episode number 53 today. We're doing our Fulham season preview and review. I mean, there's not too much to review. Very successful promotion campaign. They smashed all the records. Mitrovic scored about 9 goals every game, I swear. He beat the championship record for goals. It was a mental campaign. But the transfer side of things is going to be where it gets exciting because it's interesting for Fulham. But yeah, on the promotion campaign, they basically
they're unstoppable.
Smashed a load of records.
They walked it
for a laugh.
There's not much else to say. They just dominated.
Let's have a look at the points last season in the Championship. In the end, they're only 2 points ahead of Bournemouth, but their 106 goals scored speaks volumes because that's the highest in the league. The next is 74 with Bournemouth scoring 74. Indeed, they finished on a goal difference of 63. Bournemouth were on 35. It was quite the comprehensive victory of, league win. Mm-hmm. They have, however, they were only 2 points ahead of Bournemouth, so they scored a lot of goals.
That's interesting.
But it wasn't a very comfortable win. They lost more games than Bournemouth, 10 to Bournemouth 8, and they drew less, 1 more. So, yeah, to only be ahead by 2 points.
Yeah, Bournemouth actually gave them a good run towards the end.
Yeah, indeed they did. There's only 2 points between them, but Fulham won't care too much about that now. On to the Prem, and yeah, I mean the squad keeper tell is going to be a very interesting one. They have played one friendly as well of note. They beat Nice 2-0. Nice against Cabano and Harry Wilson scored in that game. So they have that's their only friendly played so far. On to the squad keeper sell then, because this is the interesting part. Looking straight at goalkeepers, Fulham have just 2 in their whole squad. They have Marek Rodak and they have Paulo Gazzaniga.
Both keeps, obviously.
Yes, but Rodak's a third choice at Prem level and Gazzaniga's a second choice. They need to sign a goalkeeper. I don't know if I can stress this enough. Fulham need a keeper. If they're going to stay up in the Prem this season, they need a keeper. I think Strakosha makes a lot of sense if they can promise him first team minutes. I know he's been linked. He's just been linked with a move to Man United as a second choice. But surely Fulham can just say, you're going to be first choice here, mate. They don't want to overspend on wages because that'll go as well as it did last time they got up to the Prem. Gave John Michael Seri and the likes loads of money to come to Fulham, and it all went to shit. It wasn't quite as bad as QPR. No. In 2015, but it was still not great for Fulham. He was actually one of the better players. It was when they brought in Julio Cesar on $100,000 a week.
Yeah.
Just some ancient keeper that was obviously going to bankrupt the club. On to defenders then. They're both keeps. Obviously the keepers, they're not. Mm-hmm. That you can't because they don't have any more keepers at the club. Defenders though, Kenny Tete. I mean, again, they've got 6 defenders. How do they have only 6 defenders? Genuinely, I'm stunned this team won the league last season because one injury,
46 games,
1 injury and you're down to 5, 2 injuries down to 4,
3 injuries now you've got.
I was going to say you don't have a defence. You've got Kenny Tete. Obviously, they're all keeps for the moment, but Kenny Tete, Terence Kongolo, Tim Ream, Tosin Adarabioyo, Joe Bryant, Anthony Robertson. I think Tosin Adarabioyo is a very, very good centre half. He is good enough to start. Kongolo and Ream should be backups. They have to bring in a centre back. They have no cover at right back. I guess Kongolo can do a job there, or Adarabioyo, or someone, but they need a backup to Tete, or even better, an improvement on Tete, if possible. But that might be hard to come across because there's not going to be many available for that cheap. Maybe take a punt on Hamari Traore from Rennes. I mean, you try and price him over to the club.
Yesterday we put out our Everton thing. We said about them getting rid of Michael Keane.
No.
Not to Fulham.
He cannot start in the... If you're Everton, great deal. If you're Fulham, horrific. I don't think there's a massive difference in the ability of Tim Ream and Michael Keane. No, if anything, they're the same person. Tim's just American. But then left back, Joe Bryant and Anthony Robertson, they're fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not... They've got so many other problems to fix. That'll be fine for a year at least.
I said centre halves. I genuinely don't know who they can get.
Maybe a loan from a big club. Maybe Levy Colwill if he becomes available, but I doubt he will.
Is it Ben Davies from Liverpool?
Yeah, that is an option. He's not great, but he is an option.
Ozan Kabak.
If you're looking at Liverpool, maybe Sepp Vandenberg.
Yeah. There's options.
If you're looking toward maybe a City, you can go. Is it Wilson Ebrand? Our young centre half.
Yeah. Be interesting whether they go youth or experience.
Yeah, I think
Phil Jones.
The experience would be good, but Phil Jones is shit, so that's a problem.
What, like a Eric Bailly?
I think Bailly should start for United next season. He did really well in the Bangkok Century Cup, though.
Oh, to be fair,
so they won that. So I think though Bailly is better than Maguire. I don't think that can be debated too hard. Maybe go and look at Jan. Is it Jan Vestergaard? Yannick Vestergaard. Yeah. Just throw money at him. Yeah, they just need a centre back.
Yeah,
anyone.
Genuinely, anyone would do.
They can't go this season without another centre back. They can't go this season without another right back.
No.
Maybe you look at the Championship for that.
Yeah.
Not Max Aarons because it's going to be too much.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But you can definitely get someone decent. James Bray. The mighty Luton Town. No, there's definitely options out there for them to go and get.
Definitely.
On to midfielders.
They've got a lot.
They've basically gone. We don't have keepers. We don't have defenders. We have a fucking lot of midfielders.
To be fair,
Harrison Breed is. He's about 5 foot.
True. Very true.
How tall is this bloke? It doesn't say. He doesn't have a height. Is it in his stats? No, that'd be really strange. It's just like 10 passes completed. Oh, and he's also like 4 foot. So you got Harrison Reid. He'll be fine in middle midfield. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to make any more signs in middle midfield. Neeskens Cabano,
good backup.
Good winger.
Yeah.
Could start on the left.
Maybe.
It would have been Fabio Carvalho, but they sold him. Wilson on the right will be one of their best players, I imagine.
Definitely.
Tom Kenny should not start, but he could be a good backup. Anthony Knockhart needs to be sold as quickly as humanly possible because that man cannot play Premier League football. Nathaniel Chalobah is a very good backup to Harrison Reid. Josh Onomah, similar situation. Yeah. He'll be a good backup. Tyrese Francois.
They've got a lot of good backups.
I don't know who this bloke is. He became 22 literally a day ago.
Oh, that
so happy birthday to Tyrese if you're watching. I'm sorry I don't know who you are, mate. He's played one game and they lost it in the Prem. Maybe not the man they're looking for, but...
Hang on. So they've got loads of midfielders, but we've called them all backups.
He's 22. Yeah, because then we got on to the next two, who are very interesting signings from Fulham. Andres Pereira.
That's a strange one.
I don't think it's too bad.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's bad. It's strange. I wasn't expecting it.
It did kind of come out of nowhere, considering he spent last season on loan at Flamengo and still looked crap. So I don't know how he managed that. Like, he got a couple goals, and then he missed the penalty in the final to lose them the South American version of the Champions League, I think it was.
Oh.
So that's not great from him. No. But yeah, I don't know what it's like. It's not just good the South American version of the Champions League. Though that would be good. But yeah, he missed that. He scored a few good goals though. I'll ask you the question before I give my answer. Do you think Pereira can replace Fabio Carvalho's contributions?
Not a chance. Fabio Carvalho was exceptional. I think Pereira could find some decent form and still be a good player. I don't think he'll match Carvalho.
I think he'll match him, obviously, but I think if he can replace his impact on the side, I don't think he'll be able. No one's going to get up to Carvalho's numbers because it's a completely different league. Pereira in the Championship would do well.
Yeah.
He is still Premier League. I think Pereira can get some goals and assists, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's a decent creator. Potentially, if he gets 10 or to 15 goal contributions, he's had a very good season.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's too hard.
No.
You give him 38 games. There is certainly a talented player in there somewhere. He's hidden it very deep at Man United. But there's a good player in there somewhere. And then they've also signed João Palhinha from Sporting. The 27-year-old turned 27 8 days ago. Jesus, Fulham's players are all born in July, seemingly. But I think he'll be a good addition to the side. He could even start over Harrison Reid, or they start the two of them together in the defensive mid positions and play Pereira in attacking mid role, which I think is likely what Marco Silva will do. But Palhinha will add a bit of deep lying playmaker role next to Harrison Reid. He'll be more of your N'Golo Kante-esque play. Not going to say he's going to be as good as N'Golo
Christ.
Kante, but Palhinha will be the one creating. He'll be getting the ball up. He'll be creating chances. No, I called Harrison Reed. N'Golo Kante, not Palhinha. Palhinha will be more of a Jorginho.
Okay, this is...
And Andreas Pereira will be Mason Mount. No. Pereira will get some decent numbers though next season. I think in that attacking mid-role he really could flourish. So they're both keeps, obviously. I think everyone else is a keep in the midfield apart from Knockaert, who needs to be sold to the opposite side of the country. Maybe France. I think he could do well at like a Havre. I know they're in the second tier, but maybe that's his level. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Knockaert could be a decent option there. Then forwards, Alexander Mitrovic. Are you going to sell him?
No. But what Marco Silva needs to do is
actually play
not do what Scott Parker did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Marco Silva needs to start Mitrovic.
So he scored 40 goals in the Championship and he just went, I don't think it'll be good enough really in the Prem. Instead, let's give Bobby De Cordova-Reid loads of minutes.
That's such a stupid addition for Scott Parker.
On to that bloke, Bobby De Cordova-Reid. He's a fine backup. He's not great.
Yeah.
But unless you can get like a Liam Delap on loan, a Dane Scarlett on loan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you really want to waste a loan there though, because I think if you can bring in a centre half, bring in a keeper, maybe if you get Strakosha that opens up another loan position, you could get a striker. But yeah, actually that would make a lot of sense. Go for something like that could work really well. Someone like a Delap, a Scarlett, a good backup to Mitro, someone that could come on and change the game sometimes. Bobby De Cordova-Reid, I think you keep him around because he can play in the wide positions.
Yeah.
Ivan Carvalho,
fine.
Yeah, Cavallero, isn't it? He offers depth in the wing, in the wide areas.
Yeah.
Last time he was in the Premier, he got 3 goals in 36 games. That's not bad numbers considering they were horrific that season. And Rodrigo Muniz has never actually played Premier League football before. He's a good 21-year-old striker.
Good talent he will develop.
I mean, I guess we'll see how he gets on next season.
He's also class on Football Manager.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, 5-star.
But areas to address. Every aspect of their defence, other than left back, they'll be fine for now. But centre halves and right backs, they need a keeper. They need ideally better coverage in the wings or better starting wingers, and then you can drop Cabano and stuff and sell Knockaert, please. And then a backup striker to Mitrovic would be ideal. I guess Muniz offers the same kind of role though, so maybe not. Maybe just some quality. They just need some quality players.
Definitely.
But in terms of who, I don't really... I think Andres Pereira does have some quality, though.
Yeah.
But they need a centre-half who can actually defend. And a right-back. Other than that, though, they're looking pretty decent. I'll have a quick scan through some transfers. Obviously, they have also signed... what's his name? I was having a look at their transfers. They've got, someone called McFarlane or something. He's just a player.
He's a player.
He plays up front, I think. They got Callum McFarlane from somewhere. He plays up front, and they got Kristen Sekularic from Juventus. So both for the academy, those two. I think, not much to say there.
No.
I mean, their outgoings list is just very extensive. Obviously, Ashby Hammond gone, Fabio Carvalho gone. They also lost Michael Hector and Alfie Mawson, so that's where all their centre halves have gone. They lost Fabry, who's a keeper. Jean-Michael Seri got released as well after they signed him for 20 mil 2 years ago or something like that. Yeah. They've also loaned out Luca Ashby Hammond, which again leaves them with less keepers. Steven Sessegnon been loaned out as well. They definitely need to do something for them to replace all of their departures.
What about Loris Karius?
No.
No? I think he's a good...
They need a starting Premier League goalkeeper.
He's a good goalkeeper. His career got ruined because he had a howler in the Champions League final.
He's fine for the Championship, but I don't think he's an upgrade on Gazaniga. Okay. So what's the point of that? Yeah, they might as well just stick what they got. Yeah. For now, I don't really know who they would bring in other than Strakosha. Unless you're bringing in for abroad, I don't think there's anyone higher up the league you could bring down. Like a Fabianski would be more than happy to sit on the bench for West Ham than go anywhere near Fulham at the moment.
Yeah.
So. I don't think there's too many options out there. I will see what they're linked with, though. I'll have a quick search for some Fulham transfer news.
Palace are going to start Sam Johnston and Vicente Guaita might want to...
Something I did forget, actually. Bernd Leno.
Oh.
Fulham bid 10 mil. Arsenal, for some reason, rejected that.
Right.
Surely they just take the 10 mil, but whatever. And Burnley have turned down Everton bid for Cornet. So obviously links to the last one. That was a loan to buy, as they want to sell it, and Fulham sell him, and Fulham are interested. Oh, and Manuel Solomon from Shakhtar will join Fulham. That will add a lot in wide areas for him.
Okay, that helped. That's replacing Knockhart.
Other than that, they're not really linked with many players.
They need a goalkeeper.
But Manuel Solomon is done, and he'll be a huge addition to that side. Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at who else they're linked with. Marco Grujic from Porto.
Midfielder.
Absolutely no need now. They've signed Polinia, they've signed Pereira.
What they need is a goalkeeper and a centre half.
Musa Barrow, he's a fine winger.
I wouldn't.
From Bologna, but he's not stunning. Luca Pellegrini from Juventus will be a very good left back, but they need a right back and a centre back. Yeah. They don't need a left back unless you're going to sell Anthony Robinson. Jamal Lascelles.
He would be decent.
He'd be fine, but I think if you lose out to Nottingham Forest, you're not too aggrieved. Yeah. Kevin Mbabu
that's a good
would be a sensational signing. If you could,
back,
not rotation, he starts easily.
No, but he'll rotate with Kenny, won't he?
Yeah, Kenny Tete. I think Mbabu's surely got to be their starter, but yeah. Andres Pereira's already signed. He netted 6 goals, by the way, in 49 appearances for Flamengo in the Brazilian leagues. So I don't have immense hope he's going to do stunning this year. Moise Kean.
That would be a good sign.
Yeah, good backup. Certainly good backup. That is all from the Fulhamish website, so that's good. So I think if they get in Leno, potentially, or Strakosha,
and then an Mbabu and Lascelles.
And then Mbabu, maybe Lascelles, maybe a winger. Well, Manuel Solomon is the perfect right winger, or left winger, sorry. Wilson on the right, Solomon on the left, Mitrovic up front.
Yeah.
Not too bad a team. Pereira in that second mid role. Fulham could do decent next season. Equally, I think they could struggle. On to loose predictions. What are you thinking?
It's possible for them to stay up.
Yeah, it's also possible for Crystal Palace to win the FA Cup and the league and then go in the Champions League next year. That's not going to happen, though.
It would be the great escape if they had to stay up.
Yeah, it's like Norwich. It's just you expect them to go down. If they stayed up, it would be quite sensational. I think of all the promoter clubs, though,
I don't
I think Forest are more likely.
I think Bournemouth and Forest are better than this Fulham side.
I think all 3 promotion clubs, as much as most people put them in the drop zone, I think they've got a good chance of staying up.
Yeah, especially because Everton making.
I was going to say Everton haven't signed anyone. Southampton, all they've done is get a nice kit. Like, genuinely, they've signed Joe Aribo and then just gone, well, hopefully that's enough. That's our one yearly signing.
We lose 9-1 every year.
They didn't score a goal last season. Like, Broy got 5. Chelm's got 4. And I think Armstrong got 1 or 2. Yeah. It's going to be a tough season for them. So Southampton and Everton will both be near the drop. Then maybe one of the... I think all 3 of the prototypes will be down there, possibly as well.
I think Fulham could stay up.
Leeds have made good investments, but then none of them are Prem proven, so that could go horrifically. Yeah. Leicester will be fine, but I'm trying to think who was 14th. It's like Villa, who've made loads of good signings. Yeah. So I do worry for the promoted sides and Southampton, Everton, and Leeds. Yeah. I think those 6 will be the sides battling out relegation. Then equally, I thought Villa would be about 8th, and they were down in 17th at some points of the season.
They've got better signings.
Well, I thought last season's signings were excellent.
Yeah, better ones now. We've got Tyrone Mings won't be starting, so.
Well, he could still.
Yeah, well, next to Diego Carlos, he'll be alright.
Put him left back.
Please don't do that.
Digne's dropped for Mings. Right, yeah, that is all for today.
Yeah.
Episode 53. Next up will be Leicester. No. Who is it? Leeds. Leeds up next. That'll be out tomorrow. Again, continuing on the
daily grind.
The daily episodes in alphabetical order. And Leeds, a decent side. But look out for that tomorrow. We'll talk about them. That's all for today, though. Thank you all very much for watching / listening. If you're on Spotify, head on over to the YouTube. Hit all the fun buttons to do fun things. And vice versa. If you're on YouTube, head on over to the Spotify. yeah, massively helps us out if you support us across platforms. Check out all the links in the description. If you're on YouTube, we've got all the social media things. They're great. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.